So every single phone that's coming out within the next couple of years is probably going to start topping off at 128 gigabytes, but they're probably going to start migrating up to 256 for the base models probably sooner than later. So which specific phone should you buy? A 128 gigabyte phone, or should you spend more money and buy a 256 gigabyte variant of that exact same device? And the one thing I will definitely tell you is that if you have the opportunity and if you have the money, always buy the most expensive phone that you can buy. If money is not an issue, there's no reason why you should even be watching this video. You should just buy the one that is the more expensive one. But if you're trying to get the best value per dollar per your use case, the first thing I would recommend doing for your personal use case is to pick up the phone that you currently own, whether it's a Samsung Galaxy S22 or if it's an iPhone 12 or whatever whatever the phone is. Make your way over to your settings application. Go ahead and find your storage settings. On Android, you can just go into your settings and then find like device care or storage and find it from there. On iPhones, go to general and click on iPhone storage and just see how much storage you're currently using. If you have a 64 gigabyte phone and you're using 40 gigabytes of it, 128 gigabytes is going to be more than enough for you. I personally still use a 128 gigabyte phone and I'm kind of close to, getting it, I'm running out of storage. My iPhone, like I said, is 128 gigabytes. I'm currently at 108.3 gigabytes right now that I'm using. So I'm pretty close to probably being, probably topping out at the 128 gigs. In my personal use case, it would make sense for me to go up to 256 gigabytes because I'm already kind of running out of storage. The way applications and photos and videos and things like that work is that over time, and photos keep getting bigger and bigger. If you remember like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you could potentially get a phone that was like 32 gigabytes and probably never run out of storage. And the reason for that was because files, the cameras weren't just that big, the files weren't that big. There were lots and lots of reasons why that is basically the case. Nowadays, because we are basically just getting bigger and bigger files and our photos are bigger, our camera resolutions are getting higher and higher, these files are just going to get bigger and bigger and we're just going to need more storage before we start running out of files, including updates. Android updates and, iPhone updates take up a lot more storage nowadays. So because of that, system files keep getting bigger and it's just like you're just going to need more and more storage over time. It's kind of what happens. So because of that, even if you're perfectly fine with storage right now, the next question you're going to have to ask yourself is how long do you plan on keeping this phone? Do you plan on keeping this phone for like a year or two? If that's the case, then I probably wouldn't even freak out about it that much. Like you're probably still going to be perfectly fine. But if you're not, if you're like you're going to be using this phone for like the next 5 years, like 6 years, you're probably going to want to get the phone that has the most amount of storage at that time. And that's another situation as well. Now, typically to upgrade your storage on a device, you are probably going to have to spend anywhere from like $50 to $100 to $150 depending on the phone. Usually it's around $100-ish that you can actually spend and actually purchase that next generation phone with higher storage. If you're buying it in the used market, you could probably even find a higher storage and model within the same price range, within like $20, $30. That's typically how I've seen it. So that might make more sense to buy it in the used market that way, but always swing for the most amount of storage you can buy for your price tag. If it's within the range that you're trying to spend, I would just recommend going down that direction and doing that because that is basically the most important thing you can do probably at that time. So I think if it's between 128 and 256, always go for 256. But if you're not already running out of storage on your device and you're already below 128, then I think you should be okay to keep 128 for now. But keep in mind the next couple of years, things can probably change way faster than you probably expect. So that pretty much covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.